and welcome back. As always, I thank you all for joining me and watching my video today. I have a bunch of Christmas cards to share with you, and today I'm going to be highlighting the Spellbinders Merry Wishes card kit. Now, this card kit is actually from November 2020, so it's from last year. And a little tip I have for you is that I tend to wait until Christmas is over. Once all of the rush is done and over with, all of these kits go on sale. And you can buy them at a huge discount and then use them for the next year. And then by that time, you have a ton of inspiration online to follow as well. So I noticed that this kit was still available in the Spellbinders shop, so you can definitely go there and buy one for yourself. I have a link for past club kits on the left-hand side of my blog. You can go ahead and click the link there, and it'll take you straight to all of the old club kits, including this card kit. So anyways, I'm giving you a quick little run through of all the products in here. There is like a neat little video by Spellbinders that actually shows you all of these items in depth for the actual card kit itself, but I'm just like giving you a quick little overview of what's included. So there's all these beautiful cardstocks, and here's a little inspiration project card that they have included along with this die kit. So a large part of why I buy some of the card kits are they have these really cool dies included with them, and I really like the one for this card kit. So I will be using that die set on one of the cards, but for now, let's go through the 5 cards that I created today. So for this first one, I'm using these 2 pieces of pattern paper, which comes with the set. So basically everything that I'm using comes from the set. Anything that doesn't, I will list a link for, or I will mention it in a subtitle here. So anyways, this is basically how I do all of my card creating. I wanted to show you, I have this little box here, and I just kind of put all my ephemera and all my little pieces in there so I can kind of sort through them and see everything like at a glance. So what I've done is I picked out this little card. So there's like a whole set of like cards with different little things on them, little sayings, titles. You can see the back of this just has like a nice image that you can use to layer and make some, even like not cards, you can even make a whole bunch of scrapbook pages with this as well. It's very versatile, and that's what I really love about it. I'm basically now using all of the little ephemera pieces, and I'm placing it all around that little card sentiment in the center. And I mean, all these tiny little pieces, they all coordinate, and that's the best part about it. These card kits are not done haphazardly. They take some time, and they definitely do take the time to make sure that everything coordinates. The stamp coordinates, the papers coordinate with the ephemera, and I mean, everything is just really nice and put together for you, so you can just create these quick cards and just pump them out, especially for Christmas cards when you have a ton of them to make. These sets I find really come in handy. So here I have another little sub greeting that I'm going to put at the bottom. And as I said, these sets are really cute because they not only have the colored pieces of cardstock and like the little images, but they do have foil pieces like that season's greetings little piece I have at the bottom there. Now this set comes with that gold confetti. So I decided to make sure to use it on these cards. I tend to forget to use the confetti that comes with the pieces or with the kits. So I made sure I used it here. And then to add a bit more interest, I also went ahead and used some of the gems that I have lying around. And I have a big tip, another big tip for you. These are actually little sticker pieces. And if you can count the amount of gems on this little piece, like I'm not even going to take the time to do it. There's so many of them, and I only paid $1.13 for it. I'm from Canada, so we have that 13 cents for tax, but literally this whole piece is $1. So even if you guys are from the US, if you ever do head on over to Canada, hit up the dollar store and get as many of these as possible because they are really at like the best price point ever. And I use them a lot, and I can guarantee you that they're not coming off the card. They already have adhesive on the back, and I've never had any issues with them. So anyways, moving on to my second card, I went ahead and attached some pattern paper there. And I'm using the Spellbinders Merry Christmas Wishes glimmer kit. So this came out the same time as the card kit, so November 2020, and I used some Spellbinders Aura foil to glimmer that sentiment, that ornament sentiment onto some white cardstock. So I decided to use that as my sentiment piece and kind of break up the red a little bit. And then I also have that Christmas sentiment, which comes with the ephemera with this kit. So I'm just going to build again with some more ephemera. And I do want to apologize right now. I have done so in so many of my videos. I live in a high traffic area, so you hear a lot of like cars and motorcycles in the background. I am utterly sorry for it, but I hope it really doesn't distract you from what's going on. So anyways, once I've got my main center or my focal point in the center there done, I'm going to add my sentiment, which I think I did this with some foam squares. And then I have some other little branches that I'll stick behind it. And another thing I do want to mention is when they do have these little branchy pieces, they tend to come with like a left-hand side and a right-hand side. There's never just one of them. There's usually like a set. So I encourage you to like look through your ephemera and find all the sets of the matching pieces so that you can definitely use them in its entirety with the cards that you're making. So I am using some Barely Art glue here. Now, I'm sure you've heard a ton of crafters like raving about this glue. It is really good, but you do kind of have to get used to the fact that it's a bit thinner, so not to squeeze too hard on your bottle. Now here's a little puffy sticker pack that comes with this set, and it has these beautiful like gold and black stars that I thought would really just add some dimension here. And again, I'm using my dollar store. Does that say? Okay, sorry, it was $1.25. But $1.25 plus tax is still less than $1.50, and it's really just, see, I have some bigger pieces here as well, some bigger jewels, so you can buy some of the bigger jewels, the smaller ones. They also have some square ones. Get them all. I'm telling you, they'll last you forever. I swear I bought these like 5 years ago. So anyways, moving on to card number 3, I'm going to be using the actual cards that come with the set. Don't quote me on it. I think there's like 10 cards and envelopes that come with the set, and basically they're your A2 size cards, so 4.25 by 5. You know what? I don't make A2 size cards, so I really don't remember exactly the sizing. I think it's 4.25 by 5.25, so they're like a little smaller than I'm used to. I'm used to making A7 size cards, so those are 5 by 7 size cards. So I have a couple of those in here, but I did want to show you what it looks like to use the actual cards that come with the kit. They are a little different. They're not like really thick cardstock, but I find that that's good because you will be building up the front of it by adding these papers and such, so it works pretty well. And if you wanted to, you could always cover up the inside with a different colored cardstock or anything that works. Now I did show you, I forgot to comment here, that Christmas Wishes sentiment, that also came from that Merry Christmas Wishes glimmer kit. And again, I foiled that with some Aura Spellbinders foil. Now here are the chip stickers, the chip cardboard stickers. They are really nice. And again, because it's on cardboard, the chip board, it makes like, it adds a bit more dimension. So I added that there on top of my little candy cane. And then I found this little bird in the set, and I thought it would look really nice just above the sentiment with some foam squares. Now to embellish, for this one I decided just to use these gems because it was more of like a black and white theme and I have enough red there. I didn't want to add too much gold to it. So that's how this one ends up looking. And as you can see, I'm pumping these out. They're not taking me that long at all. So that's that final card. And we'll move on now to card number 4. Look, we're on the 4th one already. That didn't take that long. Again, same process. I'm going to stick down some more pattern paper. This is a wood grain pattern. And again, this one's the A2 size card that comes with the kit. And I'll just cut that down with my Tim Holtz Tonic guillotine cutter, which is a really nice guillotine cutter. I have to mention that. And I'm using another one of the cards with the holly pattern. And I decided I would do a bit more layering on this card, so I added this little tag, which also comes with the kit. So this kit has like a bunch of little tags in there as well, which is perfect to coordinate your cards with your gift tags. again, another benefit of getting this kit, I really do have to vouch for these Christmas card kits by Spellbinders, especially. I don't really buy that many kits. I am subscribed to the actual Glimmer kit of the month and the large and small die of the month, but I'm not subscribed to the card kit because, I mean, sometimes it depends what you fancy, right? So I like to kind of see the kits ahead of time. But if there were a subscription solely to the Christmas kits, I'd 100% subscribe because there's always a need for Christmas cards. So I definitely would use all of the Christmas kits. And I did just buy the All Aboard kit, which they released this year. I will have a video on that later on if you're looking to see some inspiration from that. And that one's like a huge kit. You can make like 25 plus more cards with it. So anyways, I will continue to embellish this. I did this in the same fashion as I did the first one. I used some of the gold sequins in here, and then I'll also kind of mix that up with some of these clear gems. And I'm just adding a bit more foam to that sentiment, and that one's done. Now card number 5. Now this one took me the longest, and it only took me the longest because I had to assemble all these die pieces, which for me, I like doing. I find it therapeutic. It does take some time to do all the cutting, which I don't like. I don't like the cutting, but I like assembling it. So it is worth it for me to get that time to assemble it. As you can see, I've cut everything out ahead of time. I've picked all my colors of cardstock, and I decided to use Sizzix cardstocks. Like, the kit does come with like a nice gold mirror cardstock, and I think I just actually forgot that was there for me to use. But the actual lamppost, the rest of it is made from Sizzix Opulent cardstock. I used the silver, the charcoal mirror cardstock. I used the gold. And then I think I also used the rose gold for the little tie or bow that goes at the top of the wreath. And then for the green pieces of cardstock and the little poinsettias, for the green pieces I used Recollections cardstock. Again, you could have used the cardstock that came with the kit. I just completely forgot. I tend to use my scraps for little die cuts like these. So I like to keep the bigger pieces of cardstock intact to use for other things. And then the little poinsettias that are nice, sparkly, glittery colored, those are from the cardstock from Doris Coordinations. I have like a little 6x6 set of glittery cardstocks by them, and that is really kind of dwindling down. So I'm glad that I got that All Aboard card kit because it has like a nice big piece of red glittery cardstock by Spellbinders. That is, I have to say, it's really nice. So I'll go ahead and finish off this little lamppost with all these tiny little red flowers, which I would assume are little poinsettias. So I actually forgot to put the centers in, but you can use, if you don't want to kind of cut any tiny little circles, just use your little gems to stick on as the center of those. And it has these like 2 little snow mounds. So basically you just stick your lamppost in between. There's like a little slit, and that creates like a nice little lamppost scene. So I have this mini slimline sized piece of cardstock for my base. And I'm going to be using the same pattern paper that comes with the kit. And basically I am just going to cut them to size. And that bottom piece, if you have like a snow mound die or like a hill die, you can kind of use that to get the hills on that piece of cardstock. Or you can do what I did, and I just basically cut out some mounds. Now I'm sort of measuring where I'm going to get that mound of snow to meet that top piece of cardstock, which has all these little nice black snowflakes on it, which I felt worked well for the scene. Now, as I said, I don't have to do too much thinking because all the colors here coordinate well. And I went ahead and I attached that snow mound a little bit too early here in my creative process, and realized, oh shoot, I wanted to stamp some trees down with the stamps that come with the set. So all I did, after sort of figuring out that I missed that part, was I pulled back the cardstock here. Now this is just a little example of how we're all human. Even all of us people who make these YouTube videos and everything, we usually edit this stuff out, but I guess I have to show you because it's hard to edit this out. So anyways, I'm attaching my stamp to the acrylic block. Now, again, this is the stamp that comes with the set, and I'm using some VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink. I'm going to stamp some of these like Christmas trees in the background. Now, of course, it doesn't cover my whole entire length of my card, so I kind of have to stamp twice. As you can see, there's a bit of splotchiness. I didn't press hard enough. No problem. I'll cover that up with a bigger tree. So the bigger tree just basically adds a bit of dimension. I don't know why it's not stamping in the center there, but see, it's stamped there nicely. I'll just go back and do like a little trick that I like to do. I basically just take a pencil and I use the eraser on the other side. And what I do is I just kind of dip it onto my ink pad there, tap it onto my ink pad, and then transfer the black ink onto this panel. Now, because this works because my stamp was just a shadow stamp, it's not a big deal. It'll dry clearly, and at the end of the day, my lamppost is going to go in front of it too. If anything, it created a bit of texture to that tree there. So anyways, I'll now attach my lamppost, which I will do with some foam squares to create some more dimension to this card. And once that's attached, I decided to cut out an extra snow mound and attach that to create a bit more of a foreground here on top of that bottom panel. And then I'm going to use one of the same, I didn't even notice I did this. I actually chose the same sentiment. So as I said, that ephemera package that comes with the kit, it has more than one of each of the little pieces in there. So if you wanted to use the same sentiment on a different card like I did here, it's very easy to do. And again, I'm using these stars from the puffy stickers here. And as you can see, there's a ton of sentiments on there I could have used too. So these are the final cards that I get. This is the little one with the little bird. And this was on the A2 size card. Very simple and very nice. This was on a 5" by 7" card base. I haven't actually attached it to like the actual card base yet. The next one is the other A2 size card that I made that comes with the kit. And then the fourth card. This is not in the same order as I numbered them in the video. This is the first card we made. This is a 5 by 7" card as well. And I'll just kind of rearrange those cards so you can see them all. And then the final card using the die set is this one here, which is the mini slimline. So those are my Christmas cards for you today. I hope you enjoyed watching my video and that some of my tips and tricks come in handy, especially those ones that have to do with saving some money. This kit is still available on the Spellbinders site. As I said, I have a link to past club kits on the left panel or the left bar of my blog. Go ahead and click on those and you can find all of the products that I used here that are still available. Even that glimmer kit from November 2020 is available on the site as well. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of any other videos that I post. And if you get a chance, please check out the extra video that I have here. I also have a playlist and there is a link to subscribe, and then within my description there is a link to my blog which also has all the links to all the products. So I hope you all have a great weekend and I hope to see you again. Bye.